How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video we have the Run It Back Choice Pack that's been revealed, and I am also going to be playing a game of Ranked Seasons, so let's go ahead and get into it. We have a lot of stuff that's upcoming in MLB The Show 21. We have the roster update, monthly award program, postseason program. We just got a brand new event, and we have this Run It Back program that should feature a choice pack that will look something similar to what it did in last year's game. This was the Showdown that gave us unlimited of these choice packs, and it's pretty cool. I mean, these players are somewhat decent. I think the one that stands out to me the most is Nolan Gorman, Tarek Skubal. We also have Houston Street and Steve Cishek. I also think Don Mattingly might be pretty good, as well as Edwin Encarnacion. But we do have, Andrelton Simmons. Some of these cards we've had before. Jason Hayward, Luis Severino. This is a different version. He had a finest card. Eugenio Suarez, pretty solid. And then, of course, Keibert Ruiz. But this Nolan Gorman will probably be my favorite one out of the pack. I really like this card in last year's game. I don't know with these attributes, if he has similar attributes. I don't think he'll be that usable in this year's game. But against righties, he might be all right. It is a run it back program, so these cards will not be necessarily end game. We also have an upcoming fall circuit. This tournament begins October 2nd. You can sign up directly from the game right here, and they've adjusted the rules so that way if you're 13 years or older, you can participate as long as you are a resident of the United States or Canada. But we're going to go ahead and hop into a game of Ranked Seasons. And just to give you a little bit of a spoiler, this was easily one of the worst games of Ranked Seasons that I've played throughout the entire year. We have a ton of strikeouts in this one. I believe I struck out the opponent about 10 times, and I want to say I had about 10 strikeouts myself. I don't want to spoil too much, but right here in the first inning, we're actually going to start off the game with 3 consecutive strikeouts. This opponent strikes out the side in order, and he has Justin Verlander on the mound. I'm not going to make any excuses. I simply could not hit the ball, but here he made contact. Decent swing. The fact is that Justin Verlander already has his confidence way up there from the 3 strikeouts in the first inning, and he's got maxed out hits per 9. So that is going to make it that much more difficult for me to actually make contact with the baseball. This opponent is going to score a run here in the top of the 3rd inning with a triple from Mookie Betts. I tried to switch my player a few times there, but this is actually going to be the first hit of the game, for me anyway. This is off the first base bag. Francisco Lindor is beating it out. Now we have Hank Aaron up. I missed it right there. I was looking for the fastball inside. Completely missed it. I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I match up against an Xbox player, the timing just seems off. Now, there have been a few games where I was on point with my timing and my PCI placement, but I would say about 80% of the time I match up with an Xbox player, I really have a tough time hitting the baseball consistently. I have a tough time hitting it well, and maybe even a little bit more than 80%. I'm not quite sure, but it's not like I've played, a ton of Xbox players throughout the year. But I honestly don't know if it's just me or if it's, something that's in my own head. It just feels that way when I'm playing the game. But let me know if you have the same type of experience when you're playing against a crossplay opponent. And I know that I can turn off the crossplay, but I kind of want to leave it on and test my theory a little bit more. But with that being said, we do have an opportunity to cash in some runs. We have George Brett hitting for the pitcher, and I messed that one up completely. Just bad PCI placement. Did not have the correct timing. I was a little bit late. Kind of waited back on it too long. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning already, and I can't seem to get anything going. I'm struggling at the plate, and I took a little bit of batting practice before this game. I went into custom practice on Legend, and I was kind of just tracking the pitches with the PCI, just following the baseball. And then I hopped into this Ranked Seasons game, and I don't know if it messed me up or what, but my timing was just not there. My PCI placement was definitely not there. That could have happened either way. But those are just things that I'm thinking about as I'm playing this one. Now, I was able to pitch all right. We're in the top of the 8th inning. We only gave up that 1 run. This opponent only has 3 base hits, and now make that 4 with Justin Verlander squeaking this one through the right side there. It's going to bring up Mookie Betts, who has the only RBI of this game. Kind of a snooze fest in terms of a pitching duel, but just not really. I mean, neither one of us knew what we were doing at the plate. We didn't have, consistent good swings. This is probably the best swing I took throughout the entire game, other than the Chipper Jones line out. But once the confidence is up that high, you almost have to hit the ball perfectly in order to, get a good exit velocity, to get a base hit in general. Last inning, we were able to put a couple good swings, right? David Ortiz was a pinch hitter. And then, of course, Mickey Mantle, line drive right to Mickey Mantle. But we're in the top of the ninth. We got to try and pitch down by a run. But honestly, the way I've played throughout this game so far, I feel like I'm down by a lot more than just one run. We're honestly just one kind of good swing away from putting ourselves in a good position to tie the game or take the lead in the bottom of the ninth. So I'm going to try my best here to go ahead and put a few good at-bats together. We have an 0-2 count already with Francisco Lindor. Just barely missed this one. If I was able to react and swing a little bit faster, that's probably a home run. To me, it felt like I was on that one, though. It just felt like I was on it with decent timing. Obviously, I was late. And this opponent is playing with the same timing windows, right? Like, I know that the game is playing the same for him. And here we are able to tie it up with Hank Aaron. That was not the greatest swing, but if I were to go into slow motion right there, you could see that the bat path, the barrel of the bat, actually did make contact with the ball pixel. Kind of interesting. It does happen in the game, but now we're one swing away from winning it here with Pablo Sanchez. 0 for 3. I'm ready for a fastball inside this time, and we hit a perfect home run, a walk-off, back-to-back home runs to win it. Terrible game of ranked seasons. In all honesty, that was just absolutely abysmal at the plate. And that was a pretty important win because we should be only one game away from the World Series division, even though if I keep playing like that, I'm not even going to have a chance to make it. We should be close to 900, and that opponent should also be in near 900. It did say at the beginning of the game that it was a championship series matchup, and yeah, actually, he was playing for World Series, and now we kind of switched places there. Terrible game from both of us. I wouldn't say GG at all. That was, I don't know, a pretty poor performance on both sides there. 2-1 barn burner. But we do have a couple of packs. Home Run Derby Choice Pack and an AL West Choice Pack. We're going to go ahead and round off the all-time Tiger squad with Pudge Rodriguez behind the plate. And we hopefully pull Pete Alonso. That is not Pete Alonso. We'll take Shohei Ohtani. I've used that card many different ways this year. Definitely like that right fielding version of Shohei. Hopefully we get another one, a 99 for the MVP version. But I'm excited for the run-it back pack in general. I think the Conquest and Showdown will be cool for potentially brand new players. It's also a good way to get the collections done. We see Signature Series player, a couple second half, future stars. We have some Award Series players, a milestone, and a prime card in there. So that's going to do it for this video. I'm College Lefty. Hopefully you enjoyed, and peace out.